John Harper here with you, but let's get the show underway right now with a special edition of Helping Seniors of Brevard with your host and the Executive Director of Helping Seniors of Brevard, Kerry Fink. Hi, Kerry. How are you, and where are you?
Hey, John. So good to hear you and be on the radio with you every Wednesday, 12 noon on our lunchtime hour on 90.3 WEJF FM. Welcome to those who are listening to us online as well at WEJF.net. And those who catch this as a podcast later, we are on location. We are actually at a place called the Times Square Diner. It's right here in Suntree, close to Viera. And the reason that we are out here and on location is because we are here with the AARP Florida Senior Appreciation Day. This is the second annual day that they've done this. Second year that they've done this out here. And what a terrific place this is. There is free lunch for everybody who's coming out. It goes on to 1 o'clock. So if you're driving in your car and you're someplace near Wickham Road, the address 7777 North Wickham Road, we're in the little public shopping center that's right there at 7777 North Wickham Road, Times Square Diner. You can't miss it. They've got tents set up, all sorts of great food, snacks, snow cones, popcorn, pizza, all kinds of stuff, and so many great friends of Helping Seniors are out here with us set up with Helping Seniors. We have a beautiful, brand new Mitsubishi Outlander. It's like when in the Helping Seniors car raffle show, and then we have all about the services that we offer as Helping Seniors of Brevard with our senior information helpline, all the education programs, like that. So it's really good. Plus, we have friends from One Senior Place here. Friends from Aging Matters are here. As we go down the lines, Career Source Brevard is here. We have many great people are out here today. You need to get out here if you're able to. Again, we are broadcasting live from Times Square. To say it's in the public shopping center that's right there. There's a couple of banks right here in the parking lot, and literally say it's like directly behind the Mattress Barn. So it's not hard to find it. You'll see all the tents, all the great food, the music, the entertainment. Lots of people out here having a great time today. So this is Helping Seniors Radio, and this is what we love to do. When Joe Steck, for all those years, when he first established Helping Seniors after successful, the Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation, he really an organization that would move families that have challenges that go beyond cognitive problems. 15 years ago, he founded Helping Brevard. And so John Harper and Nancy all serve with us today and help us, have been part of that, even going back to the day when Joe was building those Joe's Clubs.
And you're listening to Helping Seniors of Brevard. I'm John Harper. Kerry Fink is there on assignment. Jim Votro is here with us as well.
We're both seniors. We're both very senior.
And, hey, if I had known there was free lunch being served out there, I'd say let's move the whole show out there this afternoon.
I would have brought a microphone with a much longer string. Much longer string.
Yeah, but free lunch being served up till 1 o'clock today. So if you're in the area of the Times Square Diner.
Yeah, that's up in the Suntree Plaza. A lot of folks know that because of the Publix there. There's a Mattress Barn up front. There's some sort of Vision Place up front of that. And the Times Square Diner is right in that big L for all those wonderful shops that are there. And, it's a great place. I've eaten there, but then again, I've eaten just about everywhere. If you saw me, you'd believe it. But at any rate, it's a beautiful, beautiful location, and certainly a good idea to stop by, have a little bit of free lunch, get a lot of very needed and very resourceful information. So hopefully we'll be able to entice a few of you to get in there, while Kerry Fink tries to figure out how to get the Dixie cup and the string working a little bit better. I think maybe one of the problems you have when you do these remotes, sometimes you never really know when you get there. Everybody depends on the phone. Everybody depends on this. But there's these little things called internet and little things that come up and kind of bite you. And, we seniors are, well, some of us are not as technically adroit as others, let's put it that way. And I'm in the not technically adroit area, I guess. But I think we can try and figure out, because we're going to be doing more and more of these remote things, and I think we're going to be working on that in the not too distant future. So And John Harper is sitting over here coughing over his Pepsi. So at any rate, we're having a relatively interesting day. But then again, today's Wednesday. Helping Seniors of Brevard is on the air, and we're looking very much forward to all the information that they're providing with the AARP, which actually is a pretty interesting organization, folks. They do an awful lot of good things, and I've been a member since. Well, let's see. My dad actually signed me up when I was 35, and I think you got to be 50 or 55 in order to sign up. But they have an awful lot of good things that happen. They do an awful lot of things locally. It's not just some Washington lobbyist that you're funding. If you have an AARP membership, it really does an awful lot of things. A lot of discounts and a lot of other things that are pretty well received by most of us senior citizens, because hey, let's face it, we are a pretty big group of people that basically we're a pretty large group of people here in Brevard County. I know that, but the AARP does an awful lot of good things. They do exercise walks. They do all kinds of information systems that they provide. And they have a driving course. Don't laugh. You take that driving course, and then you give your insurance company a copy that you've done that driving course. You'll be surprised. You get a really, really big rebate coming off your automobile insurance. So there's an awful lot of things that the AARP does that aren't necessarily, Sadie had a bad, rough day the other day. It's really useful information. And we really have a lot of reason to be working with them, and because helping Seniors of Brevard is always all about information, because an informed group of people, such as the senior citizens, is they're the people that they deserve all the information, because we are the seniors, and that's pretty much it. John,
I believe Kerry Fink is here with us.
Hey, John Harper. Well, good to be back from live and on site out here at the AARP Senior Appreciation Day. We are actually at Times Square Diner. Let me give that address again, because this goes on till 1 p.m. So if you're out in the Melbourne area, why not stop by and have some great free lunch? It's 7777 North Wickham Road. It's in the same little shopping center with the Publix and so forth, right there on North Wickham Road, 7777 North Wickham Road. And the event is the AARP Senior Appreciation Day. Now, we've been doing a lot of great work with our friends at AARP Florida, who are taking a real good interest in Brevard County. There's a wonderful lady, Karen Civitate, who is our lead Brevard volunteer, and also a lovely lady, Jasmine Alfonso, who is like the regional director for a lot of the things that AARP is up to, in terms of we have two great chapters, AARP chapters, that meet monthly here in Brevard County. One happens on the third Monday of each month. It meets at a place called Bacosca, which is down near Harris in Palm Bay. That's the Palm Bay chapter number 26, 2022. It meets on the third Monday. And then on the first Friday of each month, there is a group that meets in Indian Harbor Beach. We meet at Gleason Recreation Center right there in Indian Harbor Beach. Lots of great stuff going on with AARP. In fact, just this past Friday, we finished up a very, very successful, well-attended event called Scam Jam that we had put together with our friends from AARP, because, quite frankly, AARP is one of the best folks in the business. They are looking at frauds that are going on, not only trying to track what's going on nationwide, but even trying to track what's happening when bad guys from other countries are trying to get in there, because there's a lot of these boilerplate scams that are coming out of other countries and things like that. So we had a big event last Friday called Scam Jam. There's about 75 of us over at the Brenity at Melbourne, a lovely assisted living community and retirement community up there in Vieira. They hosted us for that. We had everybody from Corporal Breen from the Brevard County Sheriff's Office, who came and spoke to us, to our Florida State Attorney, Will Shiner. He's for District 18. He was there and speaking to us. We had Elder Law Attorney Greg Schwendeman with the Rhodes Law Firm was there. And, of course, Karen Civitate from AARP. shared the latest on scams. So this is part of all the good work that AARP does. And so in addition to having the chapters, in addition to having the events like the Scam Jam, we do a lot of things together, and this is one of them. This is the second annual Senior Appreciation Day, and they set it up here at Times Square Diner in Suntree. It goes on till 1 p.m. today, and let me tell you what's going on. They've got great food. They've got pizza and garlic rolls for your lunch today. They have snow cones. They have popcorn. They have so many great things that are going on out here, and you want to come out here. We're out here as Helping Seniors of Brevard. We always love an opportunity to get out and be in the community, and that's exactly what this is affording us. We have our little Helping Seniors tent set up. We have information about the work that we do, the serious work we do with the Senior Information Helpline. Last year, we took over 5,000 calls from seniors and their families, and we answered questions about everything from housing to legal to medical to financial and transportation. And when Joe Steckler, our president and founder, had begun the work of Helping Seniors back in 2011, after he successfully built up those Joe's Clubs and retired from his work, if you will, with Brevard Alzheimer's Foundation, he said, Kerry, there's more work that needs to be done to help seniors and their families. Some families are challenged with memory issues, but every senior family is trying to navigate things that they're hitting for the first time. So we get calls about everything, legal, medical, financial, transportation, you name it, we get the calls. And Karen Wernlin runs a team of volunteers, very well-trained volunteers, I have to say, and what they all work very hard to do is to make sure that we have the most up-to-date information. As Joe and I talked about many times along the way, a lot of times having money isn't always the answer, because you could have all the money in the world. We get calls from people who resources is not a problem, and they still maybe are new to the area, or this is the first time they've run into something. And so now they are calling us and saying, hey, who do we call about this particular thing? We moved in from out of state. We need to know if our paperwork is going to work in Florida, all kinds of questions like that. It's not only about money. It is about knowing who to call. And particularly if resources are tight, and we get a lot of calls from people who are really, really just eking through, then you know getting to the right place efficiently to solve whatever challenge you're trying to work through is really so important. So that's a little bit the work of Helping Seniors. And we're here talking about that, sharing about the Senior Information Helpline. We also talk about our education programs. That has also become very, very important, because the experience teaches us that when people are calling us on the Senior Information Helpline, they're typically running into pretty much a present challenge. Maybe it's that mom was in the hospital, can't be discharged to go home safely, has to go to a rehab. Now the family wants to know, what does that mean? How does that work? How do I pick a rehab? All those different kind of things. Or maybe it's not safe to go home alone. We need some extra help at home. How does that work? What do we do next? There's so many questions that come up. What we do is Helping Seniors, we call it senior navigation. And what we've learned through helping others for 15 years now, think about it, 4,000 plus calls a year, and over 15 years, we've answered the phone a few times. And because of that, we start to learn things that are good for seniors and those who love and care for them to know about ahead of time. And what I mean by that is that we see that so many challenges seniors can run into make sense to learn what you do or think about what you do ahead of time. Joe Steckler, our founder, he always called it making an aging plan. We have euphemistically begun to call it getting your ducks in a row, just to make it seem a little less intimidating to do that. One of our people who serves on our board, her name is Tisha Hill. She is a financial advisor with Raymond James, but she volunteers her time as our treasurer, and she speaks a lot about a thing called longevity plan, which I get. I used to talk with Joe and said, Joe, aging plan, is that like a hurricane plan? It doesn't mean we want to have a storm. It means we want to have a plan so we know what to do when there is a storm coming. We've already thought about some routes of escape or some things that we will want to do to make sure that we can safely survive the storm. A lot of that's the same idea with an aging plan. But I like the term that Tisha Hill came up with, calling it longevity planning, because it really is true. We get calls from people who routinely are in their upper 90s, maybe even early 100s. And one of the concerns is they're living longer, literally, than they maybe were thinking about. And so Joe's point was the more we can do to educate families about the things that they might run into, the better off and better prepared they're going to be able to be to navigate all those things of seniordom, if you will. And so that's one of the reasons why we're having so much fun today on location at the AARP Senior Appreciation event here at Times Square Diner, 7777 North Wickham Road. One of the things that is great is that AARP has pulled together a lot of great community resources. Our friends from One Senior Place are here. Our friends from Career Source Brevard are here. Our friends from Aging Matters are here. There's so many good resources. In fact, in the second half of the show, we're going to see if we can get some of our friends to join us on the radio because we want to be able to talk with them a little bit and have them share a little bit about the story. We used to have this saying that Joe and I talked about a lot. They use it a lot of times when they talk about kids. They say it takes a village to raise a child because so many different things are needed to make all that happen successfully. But we would say that same thing applies in the helping seniors world for the exact same reason. There's so many things that families run into, they need to know. And in a county where 1 in 4 of us is over the age of 65 and 1 in 2 of us is over the age of 50, as ARP says, when you turn 50, we're going to send you a membership card, like it or not, because you need to start thinking about all things seniors. And so the Senior Appreciation Day is a fun day. I mean, we've got literally folks walking around on stilts. So you'll see the photos later if you go to Helping Seniors on Facebook. It's such a fun day. They've got music out here, a great saxophonist. They've got pizza and garlic knots out here for lunch. They've got all kinds of snow cones. They've got popcorn. They've got so many things that are going on out here. You want to see if you could get by here between noon and it's actually been going on since 11, but it goes on until 1 p.m. today. The weather is perfect for this. It's a great day to come out and join all the fun. They've got a tent set up so you don't have to sit out in the sun. You can be under the shade, get some great food. But in addition to the amusement and the door prizes, by the way, they're giving away $25 gift cards to Times Square Diner, and so you just drop your name in the little bucket, and they're pulling door prizes every 10 or 15 minutes. So, but the main point that we really want to talk about here is that there's good information out here to help you on that aging plan. And when we circle back around to the second half of our lunchtime hour gathering here on 90.3 FM, that is something that we're going to want to talk to. We're going to talk to some of our friends from One Senior Place. We're going to talk to our friend from Career Source Brevard, who has a big back-to-work 50-plus job fair coming up. We're going to talk to our friends from Aging Matters and so many more. So with that, John Harper, let me throw it back to you in the studio so that we're going to be ready to take our mid-show break. So glad that you're listening in with us every lunch hour right here on 90.3 FM. And then we will be back for the second half of the Helping Seniors radio show, and we're going to talk to some special guests who are out here spending the day with us until 1 o'clock at the AARP Senior Appreciation Day. We'll see you here.
Kerry Fink sounding very good right now, and wish we were out there with you and having some of that lunch. That sounds great. Sounds like a lot of fun, good information. Kerry Fink live on remote this afternoon from the Times Square Diner, North Wickham Road, in the Suntree area, just bordering Vieira, and we'll be back with the second half of our show, Helping Seniors of Brevard. That's all coming up next. And you're listening to Helping Seniors of Brevard for this Wednesday afternoon. John Harper here with you, along with Jim Votro. But more importantly, Kerry Fink is not here with us. He's on assignment on a remote broadcast, broadcasting live from the Times Square Diner on Wickham Road, 7777 North Wickham Road, and that's in the Suntree Vieira area.
Yeah, it's Suntree Plaza, actually. It's got a Publix in there and a lot of other things, but I'll tell you, the Times Square Diner is in a really prime location. I've been there a few times myself. Not that I would be eating or anything, but the food is delicious. And if it's free today, go till 1 o'clock.
Free until 1 o'clock.
Until
right.
1 o'clock, and we're here right till 1 o'clock. Darn. Oh well. At any rate,
Kerry, can you wrap something up for us, and we'll rendezvous with you?
Yeah, well, thank
There he
you.
is.
It's so good. It's so good to be out here, and you were talking about the food, and the pizza is great because not only does Times Square Diner have their diner, but they actually have a pizza joint, too, called Times Square Pizza, and it really is a taste of New York. We used to live in Manhattan, and so it is good to have kind of like hometown pizza. It's really terrific. And they've got that. They've got garlic knots. They've got all kinds of things out here. Free lunch until 1 o'clock. If you're anywhere near here, come on by. It's the AARP second annual Senior Appreciation Day. We've been having a great time out here. So much fun. There's great music and things like that are going on. We're actually going to walk around a little bit, and we're going to talk to some of the people that are here in our area. And so I really want to start by coming over here and talking with one of our friends from One Senior Place, Angie Higgins. They have so many wonderful things that are going on at One Senior Place. You are really missing out if you don't figure out how to access all the events and things that are going there. They have just so many worthwhile events and do so many things that are so good for our seniors. I'm going to pass the microphone along to Angie and let her talk a little bit about the great stuff. And this is so much fun to be out here for all of this today at the Senior Appreciation Day.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Kerry. My name is Angie, and I'm the director for One Senior Place, and this has been a fantastic event here at Times Square Diner put on by AARP. And we are a resource center open to seniors and their families located on Spyglass Hill Road in Vieira. We do have a couple of events coming up, some pretty large events. We have a Men's Day event on June 6th at 11 a.m. We'll have a car show, chili cook-off, beer tasting, all you can think of that would make a men have a good day. And then we have the zoo coming out on June 27th at 10 a.m., and the zoo is going to give us some updates on this wonderful aquarium that we're getting. So if you want to learn more about any of these events or more events like that, you can give us a call. Our number is 321-751-6771, or you can go on our website, oneseniorplace.com. And thank you so much, Kerry, for giving us the opportunity to talk. Thank you.
I'm so glad you're out here, and we're having just a great time with all of this today. The folks from AARP are pulling out every stop. It is just terrific. The pizza is unbelievable from Times Square Pizza. So are the garlic knots, and they've got popcorn. They've got just so many good things. There's music. There's fun. There's door prizes. And we're just going to wander over next door and talk to our friends from Aging Matters, who really are the great people in our community who also do so much for our seniors. And we're talking with Allie and Kimberly. How are you guys today?
Hi, we're good. Good to have you.
So tell me a little bit about programs that we want seniors to know about, because we're having so much fun with the AARP Senior Appreciation Day, but at the same time, we're all out here because we want to make sure seniors have the information they need so they can successfully navigate. Talk a little bit about some of the programs that you guys are in charge of.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are the lead agency for seniors throughout Brevard County, and what that means is we're providing services that keep our seniors, people age 60 and over, safe in their home for as long as they can. We provide housing improvements, so like grab bars or threshold ramps. The home care program, which is homemaking, companionship, and basic personal care. We also are best known for our Meals on Wheels program. So those homebound seniors that have a hard time getting out of home or are not able to and live alone, we provide a meal and a safety well check. We're more than a meal. We do have 13 lunch sites for those more active seniors who are able to get out and go around. And those lunch sites, there's 13 throughout Brevard County. And then, of course, our Senior Transerve and Vets Driving Vets, which is our transportation program run by our volunteers who donate their time and to bring our seniors throughout Brevard County. And last but not least, our Sunflower House, which is our caregiver resource center, and we do loan out durable medical equipment and incontinence supplies for those people in need. So come and see us at 3600 West King Street in Cocoa, Florida, or call us at 321-639-8770. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and thank you for being here. What a great morning we've had out here. Goes on until 1 o'clock, so thank you guys for being here. We're going to keep walking down the line, and we're going to try to talk to Lois Thomas who is with Career Source Brevard, Flagler, Volusia. I'm getting used to getting all those names in here. And you've got a big job fair coming up. We've been talking about this. Tell a little bit about the job fair and some of the great things that you've got going on out here.
Sure. Well, Kerry, I am so excited because right now we are exactly 1 week away from the Job and Resource Fair that will be happening next Wednesday, May 28th at the O'Galley Civic Center. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., and we're so excited because, again, we're exactly 1 week away. We have over 40 employers and community-based organizations that will be participating in the event, including our Helping Seniors of Brevard partners. We're so excited to host them again this year. And not only that, but we will also have employers who will be hiring on the spot. Some of them will be interviewing on the spot. And then we will have a professional photographer there as well that will be taking free professional headshots for everyone who registers. So that's exciting. So if you are interested, if you know of someone who is looking for work, whether it's part-time, whether it's full-time, whether it's even working remotely, I would strongly encourage you to head down to our Job and Resource Fair that will be hosted next Wednesday, exactly 1 week from today, at the O'Galley Civic Center. And so we're so excited, Kerry. There's a lot happening, and we are really gearing up for the event. Lots of people who are interested. We have over almost 200 registered so far, and we want those registrations to come on and continue to come in because it truly is a good event. We have employers that support a multi-generational workforce that are actively hiring, and so we really want to make sure as many people as possible take advantage of this event. And unfortunately, we have so many people who are unaware of all of the community resources that are throughout Brevard County, where at this event, they have an opportunity to speak with agencies that provide several community-based resources throughout Brevard County. We'll be having 211 Brevard and so many other helpful agencies that will be sharing information on resources and services to benefit job seekers that are 50 plus.
Lois, it's so good to have this opportunity to share. Here we are. We're live at the AARP Senior Appreciation Festival. So many good things are going on out here. Rose with ClinCloud. We've got some good stuff that's coming up. We've got a memory screening clinic coming up at our center. Can you talk a little bit about it?
Yes, sir, I can. Our medical director, Dr. Laird, and our staff will be on site on, I think, Monday, June 23rd, and we start about 9:30, so you want to make sure you call and make reservations because it'll take about 30 minutes to administer the memory screening test. I highly encourage everyone to get one done, only because you want to have something to look back at and compare to. So we're ClinCloud Medical Research. We have clinical trials for Alzheimer's, gastroparesis, asthma, and many different liver studies. So all of the services we offer for the community are free. There's no insurance involved. If you choose to move forward in a clinical trial, you're even compensated, and sometimes we even can provide transportation. So we really want your partnership in moving our research forward on some of these chronic diseases. So
yeah, you know, it's true that we actually Dr. Rosemary Laird just spoke at our wellness series at the Senior Resource Center, which we do every fourth Thursday. We're actually doing that again tomorrow from 10 a.m. We have Knowledge College for Aging, which we're actually going to have out Tisha Hill, who is actually, she is a financial advisor. She works with Raymond James, but she's actually also volunteers her time as treasurer for our Helping Seniors nonprofit. She's actually going to give a talk on longevity planning. And then at 11, we do our wellness series, which is where Dr. Rosemary Laird spoke last month about all these advances and things that are happening in memory care. But this time, yeah, it really is. And this time we're going to hear from, Tammy Lieberg, who's an ARNP, and she's going to be talking about some psychiatric things. You know, we don't talk enough about senior mental health, and this is going to be a really good conversation tomorrow. But if you want to find out about the memory screening date that's coming up, do we want them to call you guys directly?
you can call us directly or go online at our website, which is ClinCloudResearch.com. ClinCloud, ClinCloud, ClinCloudResearch.com.
Well, thank you, Rose. And like we always talk about, you know, some of this stuff goes a little bit too fast. You can always give us a call on our Senior Information Helpline, we're going to get you that information. You just always call us at 321-473-7770 and say, hey, we were talking to Kerry and Rose talking about this. How do we get the information? How do we sign up? And Karen will get you directed on that. Well, thanks, Rose. It's been a great morning out here. Jerry Hadlock, another friend of Helping Seniors, Medicare expert extraordinaire. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
So what a great day this has been out here.
Yeah, it's very nice out. Little hot.
Well, it's summertime and we live in Florida. It's how it goes.
That is true.
So how are things in the Medicare world?
Doing good. Can't complain. Keeping busy. Helping a lot of people and getting prepared for the annual enrollment in October. That's going to be probably very busy in October.
Yeah, we always talk about this a lot in the Helping Seniors world. We have this line, we say, don't try this on your own. Make sure that you're getting somebody that really knows what they're doing. And, Jerry, you've been doing this for a long time, right?
About 16 years now.
You have seen it all, good, bad, and ugly, and you know how to navigate.
I've seen everything you can imagine.
Yes. Yeah, so if people want to get a hold of you, because people are turning 65 all the time, they've got questions and things like that, how do they reach you, Jerry?
They can call me on my cell phone, 321-720-4526. Yep, 321-720-4526.
Well, that sounds great. I'm going to see if we can catch Karen Civitate from AARP. She's the lead Brevard volunteer. And Phil Keschline. Don't go anywhere.
Hi there, everybody. Too bad you missed us today. It was a lot of fun. Next time, join us.
Yeah, this is great. You guys do so many good things in the community. We were just talking earlier this hour on the radio about the Scam Jam and how much fun that was, and that was really so important. We got such great feedback. We're looking forward to continuing that whole program. But you guys do so many programs. We talked about the chapters. I know everybody takes a hiatus in the summer, but the one that's in Palm Bay is an excellent chapter. I get to go to the meetings there. We also have a chapter in Indian Harbor Beach. They do a great job. And there's just so many good tools. I was talking with Lois about the Back to Work 50 Plus that's coming up. And this Senior Appreciation Day thing has been so much fun.
Yeah, and anytime you want to know what's going on in the community, aarp.org/events.
That sounds like a good way to say it. Thanks, Karen. Let me see if we can get over here, and we're going to try to have a conversation with Cindy, who is with VIP America, one of our other great people who is out here on today at the AARP Senior Appreciation Day. How are you doing?
Good. I'm glad to be here.
This has been a fun day. They've had so much great food, great music, all kinds of things out here at Times Square Diner in Suntree. But talk a little bit about what you guys do and how you help us in the senior world too.
Thank you again. We're glad to be here. AARP did a great job. VIP Care is a network of primary care physicians that focus on 5-star service. So mainly we want to make sure people are allotted a lengthy appointment and can get in within 2 days if they need to see the doctor. So we want to make sure we take care of our seniors and give them a non-rushed primary care experience.
And I remember you gave a presentation not so long ago at the AARP chapter in Palm Bay, and you were explaining that you have several locations here in the county.
Exactly. We have 6 locations in Brevard. They range from Titusville all the way down to our Palm Bay office on Malabar Road.
Well, thank you for sharing on today. We've been having a great time, again, live on location from the AARP. This is the 2nd annual Senior Appreciation Day. What a great day this has been out here. We've been having so much fun getting a chance to talk to people and just find out everything that's going on. If you want to get information, let me give you a couple of great ways that you can get information about everything that we are talking about. We are talking about, number one, we are talking about the Helping Seniors Network really has a lot of great information that's good for you to keep in mind and think about and have that number handy. So I'm going to give you a moment to grab a pencil and a piece of paper and kind of jot down some of this information because this can really be helpful. It's a great number to have now, but certainly if you run into something and you're not sure what to do next, that's why Helping Seniors exists. When Joe Steckler, our president and founder, created Helping Seniors of Brevard, his whole idea was that we needed a service that would help seniors and their families navigate the things that they would run into. And as we say, it always takes a network, it takes a village to take care of our seniors the right way. And there are so many good programs and so many things that are helpful for seniors, but it's always a question of you need to know where they are. As Joe and I talked many times, if there is a great program and nobody knows about it, it's not going to be effective no matter how good the program is. And so Karen Wernland, who is our center director for Joe's Senior Resource Center, that's our office space that they donate kindly to us from the Omni Healthcare Group. We're in their building on the second floor. They gave us a big space on the second floor at 1344 South Apollo Boulevard in Melbourne, Florida. We're just a couple of blocks from the hospital. I always describe to people it's just literally like right behind. It's like right behind the high school and maybe 2, 3, 4 blocks from the hospital. So we're right there. Very convenient to the medical campus. Lots of folks end up going around there for doctor's appointments and wellness checkups and things like that. And they gave us a big space there, so we created Joe's Senior Resource Center there. And Karen and her team of volunteers, that's where we answer the Helping Seniors info line. So that phone number, you want to make sure you've got it jotted down, is 321-473-7770. And it's a great number to have because you just never know what you're going to run into. And let me tell you, half of the work that Karen and her team does is to always make sure that our resource book is up to date. I tell this story because it is so emblematic of the challenge that there is to make sure we're always getting good information for seniors. There is a major, if I said the name of the corporation, you go, wow, I know that name, I respect that name. And they were doing a great, great service in the community, putting together a directory, and it just come out in September, and they gave us a copy, and I gave a copy of that directory over to Karen and said, would you please make sure that we have all the services up to date in our big book of services so that we're directing seniors as best as we can. And so her and her team took that book, and it wasn't more than a few hours, and she called back and said, Kerry, there's several programs here that just aren't in existence anymore. Now, so they probably were at the date, at the date that they published this guide. But that's the problem. The services come and go, and you've got to stick with somebody whose job it is. And as a nonprofit, we have no other job than to do this right and to serve seniors. But to get that information in the hands of seniors is so vitally important. And they spend so much time trying to bring that whole thing up to date. And so there is so much that happens there. So you can always find information about helping seniors. You can go to our website. If you go online, look for us at helpingseniorsofbrevard.org. There's going to be several things you're going to find there. You're going to find information, our calendar of upcoming events, so you always know what the next things that are coming up. You're also going to be able to find all of our media efforts are always available to you there. We have a massive library since we've been doing this 15 years about almost every kind of topic that touches seniors. So that means we archive and put together in the library all of our TV programs, which air 4 times a day on Space Coast Government TV. We also take all of our radio programs, just like this one that we're on now. We always make sure they're available on the website. And by the way, both the TV and the radio, we also make them available on our YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, look for Helping Seniors Brevard there for the YouTube, and the same on the Facebook. We invite you to follow us along on Facebook because you can see the radio and TV information there as well. But we also, on the website, we put the articles that get published in the Senior Scene magazine. We have all of those there as well because each time you pick up your free copy of Senior Scene at all the one of 500-plus locations around the county, you'll find Helping Seniors conveniently tucked inside with 12 pages, center section information, where we're always trying to get information in the hands of seniors that will make a difference. So we've got all of that information for you. Those are great resources for you. The AARP, which is what we've been talking about a lot today, especially being out here with this fabulous, wonderful event that's just moving into its closing minutes now, is the AARP Second Annual Senior Appreciation Day. Jasmine Alfonso has done a terrific job of putting together a terrific event. Times Square Diner has fed us a lovely, lovely lunch. We've had snow cones, we've had popcorn, we've had door prizes, we've had great music. It's been a fun time with so many good things out here. But AARP is also doing serious work, too. So they partnered with us on our Scam Jam event. We did record that, by the way, for television. So be looking for announcements for that coming up very, very soon. And we have a whole plethora of things that we love to work together, including our Walk with a Doc program. That's something we do every second Friday between 9 and 10 a.m. right there at Merrick Square Mall. ARNP, Lydia Rivera, comes and leads the walk. It's a great opportunity. It really accomplishes 3 things because every time you go to the doctor's office, the doctor's saying, hey, let's get out and move some more. That's going to be the right thing for you to do. So we always do that, and we make that available. Then on top of that, you have an opportunity to, it's really a social club. Everybody loves walking. Everybody takes it at their own pace. Some people can walk half a lap. Some people walk 3 laps. It's just getting out and doing something. And I got to tell you, the other part that's so much fun about that is people really enjoy visiting. They really do enjoy visiting with our doc, Lydia Rivera, because as you know, when you get into that doctor's appointment, you get a couple of minutes with a doc, and you're having to really try to be super organized with what it is that you need to ask about. And the thing that we love about this whole thing with Walk with the Doc is there is an opportunity for people to ask questions literally as they're walking around. Say, like, is this normal? Should I go see my doctor about this? And it's really a great opportunity. So it's a great thing. Happens second Friday morning of each month, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the Merritt Square Mall. And I really hope you'll take advantage of that. So the last thing I really want to talk about before we wrap up on today's radio show is really want to invite you out tomorrow because Thursday, every fourth Thursday, we do the Helping Seniors Senior Education Series. It's a free event that we do right there at Joe's Senior Resource Center, 1344 South Apollo Boulevard. Again, we're right there on the second floor. And what we do is we set up kind of like a fun classroom. I don't want to make this sound too serious or things, but people do bring notepads and take notes because there's a lot of good information. There's also a lot of good snacks there, door prizes, fun interaction with a lot of people. But really, one of the great things is getting the information that you need to put your aging plan together. So at 10 o'clock, we do a program called Knowledge College for Aging. And that is where we try to give you some tools that are going to help you on your way with your own aging plan, something our founder, Joe Steckler, has always talked about. So tomorrow, we actually have she volunteers her time as our treasurer for the Helping Seniors nonprofit organization. But by day, she's really a financial advisor, wealth manager is actually the title that she's earned with Raymond James. Her name is Tisha Hill. And she's going to be talking about something tomorrow called longevity planning. Try to make sure that as you work through your retirement finances, you don't run out of money because as people are living longer and prices change and things like that, all of that becomes considerations you want to think about. And then also at 11 a.m., immediately following that, we do the wellness series. So we always try to give you kind of a twofer there. So you get a great morning out. There's breaks, there's snacks, like I said, door prizes, lots of fun. But at 11 a.m., we're going to have Tammy Lieberg, who herself is an AARP. She has a company called Senior Solutions Mind and Body. And what she is going to share with tomorrow, because her specialty and her background has to do with psychiatric care for the seniors. So we're going to talk a little bit about something we don't talk a lot about, which is senior mental health. So seniors can sometimes struggle with depression and other things as well. And so we want to really make sure that we're thinking about all that the right way. And I know we're going to get some good tips, some good thoughts, some good instructions, some good directions to follow. Tammy Lieberg is extremely knowledgeable. She's been practicing for years as a geriatric board-certified geriatric nurse practitioner, and so really a great person to come out and see. So you can just join us tomorrow, second floor of the Omni Healthcare Building. It's called actually the Apollo Professional Tower, is the official name of the building, 1344 South Apollo Boulevard. And then finally, we're going to leave it with a plea for you to get your Helping Seniors car raffle tickets. We've had fun with the car out here today. But you can get your tickets at HelpingSeniorsCarRaffle.com and be in it to win it because the grand prize drawing is October 26th. We're going to be back at the American Muscle Car Museum. So with that, John Harper and Jim Votro back at WEJF Studios. I want to thank you for allowing us this opportunity to be on location. It's been a great morning, and we look forward to doing more of this soon. So thanks for tuning in for Helping Seniors Radio on today. Thank you, John.
Well, thank you. This is Jim Botro, and I'm going to thank you, too. And, John, I think you're going to be thankful that Kerry was able to get out there and have a free lunch today. Pretty
Kerry,
good.
I hope
I'm always up for that.
I hope you brought a baggie or something and wrapped up something for us.
Yeah, we'll take a doggy bag. At any rate.
But good job.
I love it.
Good job this afternoon, Kerry Fink. Enjoyed the program and the people that you spoke to, and looking forward to all the great events that you mentioned that are coming up, and also looking forward to the big car raffle in October. So Helping Seniors of Brevard on the move with all types of great activities and things to enlighten inform our audience.
And basically help our seniors in the area here. You know, they have a really good program with that driver safety program that they have, and they have an excellent fraud watch program. Because in this day and age with all the internet and everything else, we've really got to watch our P's and Q's. That way, P's are pennies and Q's, I guess I'm going to say. But anyway, we've got to watch ourselves. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the internet that we all have come to know, love, and trust. But, you know, there are a lot of bad people there, and AARP tries to make sure that you really get a good, solid idea on what's happening. And we love working with them because it's all about information.